Have you ever felt like everything in your life is just heavy right now? Like you're carrying a weight on your shoulders that you can't explain? You wake up every morning and something just feels different. Things that used to make you happy don't bring you the same joy anymore. The people you loved being around suddenly feel distant. The place you called home doesn't feel like home anymore. Your heart feels restless and you can't figure out why. Well, before you close this video, let me tell you something that might completely change how you see what you're going through right now. What if I told you that this heavy feeling, this discomfort, this restlessness in your heart is actually a sign that Allah is about to move you into a completely new chapter of your life? Stay with me until the very end of this video, because what you're about to hear might be exactly what your soul needs to hear today. You see, we live in a world where we're told that comfort is the goal. We're told to find our comfort zone and stay there. We're told that if something feels heavy or difficult, then something must be wrong. But that's not how Allah works. Allah doesn't operate according to our comfort. He operates according to His perfect plan for us. And sometimes that plan requires Him to shake things up in our lives. Sometimes He needs to make things feel uncomfortable so that we finally move from where we are to where we need to be. Think about it for a moment. When do you actually make the biggest changes in your life? Is it when everything is going smoothly and you're completely comfortable? Or is it when things get so uncomfortable that staying where you are is no longer an option? Most of the time, it's the discomfort that moves us. It's the pain that pushes us forward. It's the heaviness that forces us to seek something better. And this is exactly what Allah does in our lives. He creates situations that feel heavy, that feel difficult, that feel almost unbearable, not because He wants to punish us, but because He wants to promote us. He wants to elevate us to a higher level, but we can't reach that higher level while we're still holding on to our current level. We can't step into our new life while we're still clinging to our old one. So Allah, in His infinite wisdom and mercy, starts making our current situation feel heavy. He starts removing the peace we once felt in places that are no longer good for us. He starts creating distance between us and people who were never meant to journey with us into our next chapter. Let me ask you something. Have you noticed how certain friendships don't feel the same anymore? How conversations with certain people feel forced and empty? How places you used to love going to now make you feel anxious or drained? This isn't random. This isn't just you being negative or ungrateful. This is Allah gently pulling you away from what's no longer serving your purpose. He's making those things feel heavy, so you'll naturally start letting them go. Because here's the truth that we often don't realize. Everything and everyone in your life right now served a purpose for the person you were. But Allah is preparing you to become someone new. He's preparing you for a new level of faith, a new level of success, a new level of peace, a new level of purpose. And the person you're becoming can't carry all the baggage of the person you used to be. Think about when you're moving to a new house. You start packing, and as you pack, you realize how much stuff you've accumulated over the years. Stuff you don't need. Stuff that's just taking up space. Stuff that would only weigh you down if you took it to your new home. So what do? You start letting things go. You donate, you throw away, you leave behind. Moving to a new physical house requires letting go of physical things. But moving to a new chapter in life requires letting go of mental, emotional, and spiritual things too. Old mindsets that limit you, old wounds that define you, old relationships that drain you, old habits that destroy you, old versions of yourself that keep you stuck. Allah is preparing you for something so beautiful, so amazing, so perfectly designed for who you're becoming, that He can't let you carry your old burdens into it. Imagine trying to enter a beautiful palace while carrying bags of garbage. It doesn't make sense, does it? That palace deserves better, and so does the new life Allah is preparing for you. So He makes those bags feel heavier and heavier until you finally put them down. He makes those toxic relationships feel more and more draining until you finally walk away. He makes those destructive habits feel more and more empty until you finally quit them. He makes your current situation feel more and more uncomfortable until you finally make the change you've been avoiding. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking, but this feels like a test. This feels like punishment. How do I know this is Allah moving me to something better and not just Allah testing my patience where I am? That's a beautiful question, and here's how you know. When Allah is testing your patience in a place, He gives you peace in that place despite the difficulty. You feel hardship, yes, but you also feel purpose. You feel challenged, yes, but you also feel growth. You feel tired, yes, but you also feel fulfilled. However, when Allah is moving you out of a place, He removes the peace from that place entirely. You feel restless. You feel like you don't belong anymore. You feel like you're outgrowing everything around you. You feel like there's somewhere else you're supposed to be, even if you don't know where that is yet. That restlessness, that spiritual discomfort, that's your soul recognizing that it's time to move. Your soul knows before your mind does. Your heart feels it before your eyes see it. Allah plants that seed of discomfort in your heart as a signal that says your season here is ending and a new season is about to begin. And just like in nature, the transition between seasons is never comfortable. When winter is ending and spring is beginning, there's a period of cold rain, of mud, of mess. It's not pleasant, but it's necessary, because that's what prepares the ground for new growth. The rain softens the hard soil. The cold kills off what needs to die. The mess clears space for what needs to bloom. And the same thing is happening in your life right now. This heavy period you're in, this confusing transition, this uncomfortable